to another edition of Salukimania. I'm SIU writer Todd Hefferman, and with me is the Southern sports editor Les Winkler. We're here to talk about SIU's game with Charleston, West Virginia, a Division II team, a little bit out east. They're going to try to drive to the game on Friday and drive back Saturday. It's a little crazy, but it's Division II. It's Division II. Making 40 G's. From the Salukis, and hopefully walking out with a loss, but we'll see about that. SIU's 0-2. They are 0-1. They lost 44-14 against a team from Shaw, which is in North Carolina. They have 8 returning starters on defense, but they fumbled the opening kickoff. I think they went down 21-7 at one time and just never recovered. That's the kind of game SIU needs on Saturday. Quick and painless.
The Salukis need a win. I mean, they've played pretty well. They played, obviously, you're playing in the U of I from the Big Ten, and Eastern Illinois is a very good football team, a very potent offensive team, and simply by playing a little bit cleaner, maybe catching a few more passes, and running the ball a little bit more consistently, SIU could conceivably be 2-0. That's not a stretch at all. But they really do need a win, get a taste of victory in their mouth, and obviously this isn't going to be like beating University of Illinois, but hopefully we're not just assuming too much, and they do walk away with a win. It would be good to get a good offensive showing, a couple good licks on defense, and get ready for the conference season.
It has. I don't know if it's ever happened to SIU, but a loss would be catastrophic. I mean, that's one thing. They have to win this game, and I think they will. I think they will convincingly, but I would like to see them wrap it up by halftime. I would like to see a big lead in the half and see that they come out focused and try to put the game away early.
But the Salukis have really played pretty well defensively. Especially the second half against Eastern, and really the second half against Illinois. They really did a good job of shutting down the spread offense. They gave up some rushing yards, but they're still pretty solid against the run. They seem to be pretty much attack mode, attacking the ball, which I really like. And offensively, they're opening some things up this year and mixing some things up. And it's just a matter, I think, of starting to click on all cylinders. And like I said, the receivers hanging on to some passes that they still have an opportunity to have a very good season.
And the one question mark I had going into the season was Faulkner. Was how good Faulkner would be, how efficient would he be, how much would they need him, and they've needed him a lot in these first 2 games. He's really responded. I've been really happy with how he's played.
No, I think we've seen what Corey Faulkner is capable of doing when he has some protection. Last year that was an issue the entire time, and this year they've been able to go out and do some stuff, and he's been able to get the ball downfield. Maybe not the long stuff, but I mean they're throwing the ball 25, 30 yards downfield and having some success with it. So that was a big question mark for me too, how the offensive line would react after last year. And so far, I think they're getting a passing grade.
And defensively, the defensive line was one of my concerns going in, and I think they've been just, I wouldn't say as good, but I think they've been good enough, more than good enough. And they're one of their best nose tackles, Rayshawn Golden, didn't play against Eastern. They might get him back for this weekend. He is listed as the backup going into the game. We'll find out a little bit more later this week. But even if he's not there, T.J. Beal has played very well. Brandon Williams has played really well, as I expected him to. And Branton has played okay with them.
The Eastern's attack is based on a very quick, getting rid of the ball very quickly. And in the second half, the secondary did a good job keeping receivers covered. And even though the Salukis didn't get a lot of licks on Garoppolo, he was forced to get rid of the ball quickly on several occasions, and he was hurried into some throws. And so, you got to like the way that they've responded.
I like the way that they tackled, and just like people aren't going to like the numbers. But when you look at their defensive numbers, how many yards they've given up, how many passing touchdowns they've given up. But I really think you have to look at how well do they tackle. Do they get to the quarterback? They've got 2 or 3 sacks every game. They're getting to the quarterback. They're not giving up a lot of yards rushing. Duncan had a nice game. He's a nice player. But I think as moving forward, they will come out as being a very good defensive team.
I think you're right. There were some serious questions about the front seven, but against 2 pretty good opponents, those questions seem to have been answered. So I'm cautiously optimistic looking forward to the rest of the season.
And it'll be a nice halftime. They're honoring the SIU All-Century football team at the half. There's a dinner Friday night that I will get to go see, so we'll have a story about that Saturday morning, and then we'll have coverage from the game Saturday for Sunday. Pre-game blog will start about 1:30, 1:45 on thesouthern.com, and hope to see you there. Thanks for joining us.